Welcome back friends. Today in this video tutorial of Anita Bioconcept, and again I am with you all today here to discuss on the topic thyroid disease. So our topic is thyroid disease. Okay, so what is thyroid? Thyroid is a small butterfly shaped organ that is located, in front of neck, and it is wrapped around the windpipe. Okay, so it is located, it's a small butterfly shaped organ that is located in front of neck, okay, and that is wrapped around the windpipe. It makes hormones that helps to control many vital functions in our body. Okay, it is responsible to produce and secrete hormones, thyroid hormones, that are responsible or that helps to regulate, that helps to control many vital functions in our body. Okay, so it's very important. Okay, so when thyroid gland creates too much, means much more hormone, then it leads to a thyroid disease, then it leads to a condition, abnormal condition, which is known as hyperthyroidism. And in opposite to it, when it produces and secretes much less amount of hormone, then the condition results is known as hypothyroidism. So these two type of conditions does results when there is abnormality in the functioning of thyroid gland. Okay, so if it produce and secrete too much of thyroid hormone, then the condition is hyperthyroidism, and if produce and secretes too less, means too low or too less amount of thyroid hormone, then this condition is known as hypothyroidism. So, this thyroid hormone is very much important. This thyroid is very important in regulating the metabolism of our body. So what is the importance of this thyroid hormone? The importance of thyroid hormone is to regulate the metabolism. Okay, regulate the metabolism. Now what is metabolism? A question must be coming in your mind, that what is metabolism? It's a process where the food we intake is transformed into energy. So metabolism is a process, it's a process by the help of which the food we intake is transformed into energy. So this is the metabolism. Food is transformed into energy. This is the metabolism. So this is used throughout our entire body to keep many of our body systems to work correctly, work in an efficient way, or work correctly. So in this way, thyroid hormone is going to regulate the metabolism process of our body. Means we can say that metabolism uses the raw energy to produce something bigger. Okay, something bigger. Okay, now a question arises, how thyroid controls the metabolism? Okay, how thyroid control metabolism? So there are two ways, but two specific hormones are there which are mainly responsible to control the metabolism. So in case of thyroid metabolism, by thyroid, T3 is there and T4 is there. Okay, so T3 is triiodothyroxine, and it contains 3 iodide atoms. Okay, it contains 3 iodide atoms. And in case of T4 is thyroxine, thyroxine, and it contains 4 iodide atoms. Okay, so T3 does contains 3 iodide atoms, and T4 does contain the T4 thyroxine does contain 4 iodide atoms. Now these two hormones are created by thyroid. Okay, so this T3 and T4, these two hormones are being created by thyroid, and they have the bodies, they tell the body cells how much energy to use. Okay, this T3 and T4, this T3 and T4 tells the body cells that how much energy is to use. These T3 and T4 guide, or these T3 and T4 tells the body cells that how much energy it has to use. So these are the guide. Okay, these act as the guide. So it tells that how much energy to use. Okay, so when our thyroid works properly, it means it is maintaining our metabolism. It means it maintains right amount of hormones. It maintains right amount of hormones to keep our metabolism rate right. So when our thyroid works properly, it maintains right amount of hormones to keep our metabolism rate right. So whenever the thyroid will be in good condition, whenever the thyroid works properly, it means that our metabolism rate is correct, our metabolism rate is right. Okay, and this is all supervised by the pituitary gland. This rate of metabolism which is ongoing, which is correctly ongoing, this is being supervised by the pituitary gland. Okay, pituitary gland. It maintains and controls the amount of thyroid hormone in our bloodstream. It maintain and control the amount of thyroid hormone in our bloodstream. Okay. So whenever pituitary gland senses that there is too much or too less thyroid hormone in our body, in our bloodstream, then what it will do? Then it will adjust the amount. Okay, it will adjust the amount with its own hormone by secreting its own hormone, that is known as TSH. That is known as TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. So in this way, this metabolism rate is supervised by the pituitary gland, or the when it senses too much thyroid hormone or too less thyroid hormone in our body, in our bloodstream, then what it is going to do? It is going to maintain it, it is going to adjust it by its own hormone, that is known as thyroid stimulating hormone. Now that TSH, now that thyroid stimulating hormone which is being secreted by the pituitary gland, this is going to, it will be sent to, okay, not going to, it will be sent to the thyroid, it will be sent to the thyroid, and it will tell thyroid that what needs to be done. Okay, it guides the thyroid that what should be done or what needs to be done to get the body back to normal. So this is the function of TSH, which is secreted by the pituitary gland. Now we will see the causes of, condition when too less amount of thyroid hormone is being produced or secreted in our body, that is hypothyroidism. Okay, hypothyroidism. What are the various conditions or what are the various causes that results in this abnormality, hypothyroidism? So first condition or first cause we see is thyroiditis. In this condition, inflammation or swelling of the thyroid gland is being observed. Inflammation inflammation, and I have told that in case of inflammatory, in case of inflammation, there are 4 or 5 cardinal signs, that is pain, redness, swelling, rise in temperature, and loss of function. So one of the signs, swelling of the thyroid gland, thyroid gland does occur, and it can lower the amount of thyroid hormone produced by this gland, okay, and it lowers the amount of thyroid hormone produced by the thyroid gland. So first condition we have seen that thyroiditis, okay, first condition. Now come to the second condition. Second condition is Hashimoto's thyroiditis, okay, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So what is Hashimoto's thyroiditis here? In case of this condition, it is painless disease, okay, it is painless, and moreover it is an autoimmune disease. It is an autoimmune disease. And what do you mean by autoimmune disease? In the condition of this autoimmune disease, the body's own cells start to attack the own organ or own cells, okay. So in this condition of Hashimoto's thyroiditis, the body, the cells of the body attack and damage the thyroid, okay. So this is one more condition of the this is one of the more condition that is responsible. This is one of the main cause resulting in the hypothyroidism, okay. Now next condition, okay, now third condition. What about the third condition? Third condition is postpartum. Postpartum. And what is the meaning of postpartum thyroiditis? In this condition, it is basically a temporary condition, and it results after childbirth, and it is being observed in 5 to 9% cases of women, okay. So this is the postpartum. Now about the fourth condition we will talk about. The fourth condition is when thyroid gland, sometimes it happens, thyroid gland do not function, okay, thyroid gland do not function, or we can say that this condition is non-functioning thyroid gland do not function, and okay, and this condition is by birth. This condition is by birth. Thyroid gland do not work properly, okay, and if this condition is left untreated, then it can result in physical as well as mental defect or mental problem. If it will be untreated, it will be left untreated, then physical and mental problems can occur, okay. Now one of the most important condition or reason which is being observed in case of hypothyroidism is iodine deficiency. Thyroid gland uses iodine, okay. We know that thyroid gland uses iodine. Thyroid gland uses iodine to produce the hormones. Uses iodine to produces hormones. And if there will be iodine deficiency, the thyroid gland will not be able to produce hormones. So there will be deficiency of hormones, and there will be less secretion, less production as well as secretion of hormone, that is going to result in hypothyroidism. So these are all the conditions, and sometimes too much iodine, sometimes in case of thyroidism it has been observed that too much iodine is also going to result in hypothyroidism. Now we will talk about the sign and symptoms, okay. I should rub it. About the sign and symptoms of hypothyroidism, Okay, hypothyroidism. So there are some of the symptoms, there are some of the signs on the basis of which we can recognize that yes, he or she is suffering from hypothyroidism abnormality. So the patient feels tiredness or fatigue, dry skin is observed, low memory, okay, sometimes weight gain, unintentional weight gain, okay, then after hoarse voice, the voice becomes hoarse. After that, constipation, feeling cold or intolerance to cold. After that, a person may also develop goiter, because glands try to compensate for the lack of thyroid hormone. So the patients can also develop goiter. So this hypothyroidism, actually this hypothyroidism is more common as compared to hyperthyroidism, in which there is production and secretion of much more thyroid hormone. Okay, so this hypothyroidism is more common, and especially in case of women. Now I will discuss about its diagnosis, how the hypothyroidism is being diagnosed by the doctor and what are its possible treatment options. So what about its diagnosis? Okay, diagnosis. The main diagnosis of hypothyroidism is by blood test. Okay, doctors recommend blood test by seeing the sign and symptoms of the patient and to ask some questions about their family history, and by observing their sign and symptoms, doctors recommend blood test to examine that the patient is suffering from hypothyroidism or not. Okay, so what happens in blood test? What is being done in blood test? So there is high level of TSH in the blood sample. High level of TSH will be observed. Okay, so why high level of TSH will be observed? As the body releases TSH to signal the thyroid gland to produce the thyroid hormone, because there is too less production and secretion of thyroid hormone. Okay, so if in the body there is high level of TSH, then in this condition what happens? Obviously this TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone is being produced by the pituitary gland when it senses that there is very less amount of thyroid hormone in the body. Okay, so if there is high level of TSH in the blood, okay, when body senses low level of thyroid hormone, low level of thyroid hormone, then TSH will be secreted, and when TSH will be secreted in the blood, then obviously it will be in high amount. Okay, it is present in high amount in the blood. So high level of TSH typically indicates hypothyroidism, and alternatively it can also be tested to examine low level of thyroid hormone. It can also be examined for low level of thyroid hormone in the blood. So there are two results which are being found after blood test: high level of TSH hormone, or low level of thyroid hormone. So both the condition signify that the body is suffering from hypothyroidism. Now these are this is the diagnosis option. Okay, now I will tell you about the treatment option. So now I will tell you about the treatment options. Okay, so it's very sad that there is no cure of hypothyroidism. There is no cure of hypothyroidism. The patients can be treated, or the patients will have to take thyroid hormone replacement. Okay, thyroid hormone replacement they will have to take for the rest of their life in the form of pills every day, in form of pills every day for the rest of their life. So here this is all about the thyroid disease, and I have discussed today about hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism. What is hypothyroidism, what is hyperthyroidism, and in detail about hypothyroidism, what are its causes, what are the various conditions that results in hypothyroidism, okay, what are the signs and symptoms, what are the diagnosis, and about its treatment. So this is all about the hypothyroidism, and in my next video lecture I am going to discuss about the hyperthyroidism. Okay, so in my next upcoming videos there will be discussion about hyperthyroidism. So till then, thanks to all, and please, if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and share it with your friends.